Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are keeping well. A hearty welcome to today's English class. In the last class, we started the third lesson, The Little Girl. Now, let us have a quick review of what we have learned in the last class. The main character of the story is the little girl named Kezia. Her family consists of her father, mother, grandmother, Kezia, and a cook named Alice. Her father was very strict and he used to order the things and the family members used to do. Morning he used to go for work, and before going for the work he used to give a casual kiss to Kezia, and she used to say goodbye. And she was very afraid of her father because he never used to speak to her with affection. So she tried to avoid him whenever he was at home. But her grandmother always advised her and gave her chance to interact with her parents, especially with her father. On Sundays, grandmother used to send her to the drawing room where her father and father used to lay down on the sofa and sleep. Mother used to read a newspaper, but she was sent there to speak. She used to wait until he gets up from the sleep, and he used to ask, why do you stare at him? And he was very strict with her. On the other hand, she was very afraid of him. One day, grandmother told Kezia that her father's birthday was approaching and asked her to prepare a pincushion, a beautiful pincushion, to gift him on his birthday. But she prepared the three sides of the cushion. She stitched, and then she did not find anything to fill inside. So she was waiting, searching everywhere, and finally she went to her father's bedroom and she found a bundle of papers. That paper she took and tore it into small pieces and stuffed the cushion cover and stitched the fourth side of the cushion, and she kept it ready to give as a gift for her father's birthday. Then that day evening something happened, and the father was angry. He was searching for the papers, could not find it. Her mother came and asked her whether she had taken it. She said that she had taken it to make a pincushion, and she was angry. She dragged her to her father, and the father was getting angry, and he beat her. He beat her with a ruler. She became all the more afraid of him, and her grandmother took her to the room to put her to sleep and asked her to forget when she sleep. After the sleep, when she gets up, she will forget about the beatings. But morning when she got up, she could not forget about it. She was all the more afraid, and whenever she met her father, she used to tie her hands at the back, thinking that her father would beat her again. So far we have completed the last class. Students, now take the textbook, page number 35, paragraph number 9. The McDonalds lived next door. They had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. So, just near to their house, McDonald's lived, and they had 5 children. And she was looking through the gap, through the fence, she was looking at the neighbors what they were doing. The father with the baby Mao on his shoulders, 2 little girls hanging onto his coat pockets, ran round and round the flower beds, shaking with laughter. So this McDonald's was playing with his children. Mao, the little baby was on his back, on his shoulders, and 2 little girls were hanging onto his coat's pocket, and they were playing, and he was laughing with the children. Once she saw the boys turn the horse on him, and he tried to catch them laughing all the time. And another time she saw 2 boys, they opened the tap and pouring water. Hose is the tube. So pouring water on their father, and he was playing with them and laughing. Then it was she decided there were different sorts of fathers. So far she was thinking that all fathers are like her father, so serious and strict. But now she realized the fact that all fathers are not same, but there are also good fathers who are very loving and affectionate towards their children. Suddenly one day mother became ill and she and grandmother went to hospital. So suddenly her mother became ill and her grandmother had to accompany her to the hospital. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice the cook. So since her mother and grandmother went to hospital, she was left alone with the cook Alice. That was all right in the daytime. But while Alice was putting her to sleep, she grew suddenly afraid. During the daytime it was okay being with the cook, but she was afraid what she would do in the night. So when Alice was putting her to sleep, she started getting frightened. What will I do if I have a nightmare? She asked. So now her tension is that what she would do if she gets a nightmare. Nightmare is a bad dream, a frightening dream. So she was thinking of that night when she gets a nightmare, what she would do. I often have nightmares and then Granny takes me into her bed. I can't stay in the dark, it all gets whispering. So Kezia told the cook that she gets often nightmares, very terrifying dream, and she used to scream in the night, and her granny used to come and take her and put her to sleep on her bed, and she was afraid to remain in the dark, whispering. She used to get frightened. You just go to sleep, child, said Alice, pulling off her socks. And don't you scream and wake your poor pa. So Alice advised her to go to sleep, not to disturb her father who would be tired at the end of the day after doing the day's hard work and sleeping, not to disturb her father, and she removed her socks and asked her to go to sleep. But the same old nightmare came. The butcher with a knife and a rope who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, Grandma, Grandma. She woke shivering to see father beside her bed, a candle in his hand. So that night also, the same way she had a nightmare. and she saw that a butcher is a person who cuts animals and cut meats. So a butcher with a knife and rope coming near to her, nearer and nearer, smiling a dreadful smile, a fearful smile, and she could not move. She stood still, crying out. She was calling, "Grandma, Grandma." She woke shivering to see. When she opened her eyes, she found that her father was standing by the side of her bed with a candle in his hand. "What's the matter?" he said. "Oh, a butcher, a knife. I want a granny." So her father asked what is the matter, why she was crying. And she said a butcher was coming with a knife and she was asking for her granny. He blew out the candle, bent down and caught up the child in his arms, carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom. So what did he do? He blew out the candle and bent and took Kezia in his arms and he carried her through the passage to his bedroom. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tucked up the child. So there was a newspaper on his bed that he removed and then put Kezia to sleep on the bed, and he tucked up means covered up nicely in the bed, covered her with a blanket. He lay down beside her, half asleep, still with the butcher's smile all about her, it seemed. She crept close to him, snuggled her head under his arm, held tightly to his shirt. She was still half asleep and she continued her dream. She was still seeing the butcher coming close. So what did she do? She crept close to her father. Snuggled means move into a warm, comfortable position close to another person. So she was trying to sleep close to her father, getting his warmth, and she held tightly to his shirt. Then the dark did not matter. She lay still. Then her fear disappeared, and because she was sleeping with her father, and she was tightly holding his shirt. "Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm," said father. So it was very cold in the night, and her father asked her to rub her feet against his legs so that it would become warm. Tired out, he slept before the little girl. So she was still laying down and thinking of the dream, whereas father was so tired and he slept off. Poor father. A funny feeling came over her. Poor father, not so big after all, and with no one to look after him. Now a funny feeling, her attitude changes. She feels pity and affection for her father. She says that poor father, after whole day's work, he is tired and no one is there to look after him. And now she realizes that her father is no more so big like a giant. Before she had the feeling that her father is so big with a very big mouth, big hands and neck. Now she feels pity for her father. He was harder than grandmother, but it was a nice hardness. Now sleeping close to her father, she felt that though he was harder than her grandmother, it was a nice hardness she felt. And every day he had to work and was too tired to be a Mr. McDonald. So now she realized that because he had to do every day hard work, he cannot not be like a MacDonald being with the children, spending time and playing with them. So he did not have enough time to play with her or to speak to her and being with her, to spend some time with her. She had torn off all his beautiful writing. She stared suddenly and sighed. Now she felt bad, though she had not done it purposefully. She, without knowing, she had taken the important paper that was a speech to the local port authorities. Without her knowing, she tore it into pieces and stuffed the cushion cover. Now she was thinking of that and feeling sorry, and she was sighing. She realizes her mistake, and now she started feeling affection for her father. What's the matter? asked her father. Another dream. So again he woke up from the sleep and he asked her what is the matter? She had another dream. Oh, said the little girl, my head is on your heart, I can hear it going. So she told him that her head is on his heart and she could feel the heartbeat. What a big heart you have got, father dear. Now she realizes that her father has got a big heart, and she started appreciating him, loving him. And we don't see what is the response of the father is not given in the story. So students, with this we come to the end of the chapter. So students, read the lesson 2-3 times, write down the meanings and write the question answers in your notebook. So students, thank you. Have a nice day.